All right, all right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. And welcome to the final week of Trading for Charity. My name is Patrick France. I'm a senior instructor here at VectorVest. And Trading for Charity, if you're not familiar with it by this point, is a first annual trading event where we're showing you how to improve your own investing, doing some live trading with you guys, and also answering your questions to teach you how to become better investors, all while helping raise money for both Levine's Children's Hospital, also Toys for Tots. If you can see behind me, I do have some of the gifts that we've already started getting. Not everything has come in yet. Some of it we had to order online. They ran out of some stuff at our first destination, and we have a whole second day of shopping that we're going to be doing, I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. But we've had a great success so far, and I hope that we can keep this momentum up and finish this week off strong. But so far, what you see behind me is a few different consoles. Actually, I'll just move over to the side. So we have a PlayStation, an Xbox, a Nintendo Switch, which we got another Nintendo Switch coming in. They just haven't come in yet. But then some games, some chargers, and all of that right there will most likely be going, actually all of that will be going to Levine's Children's Hospital. So that way the kids who are in there for treatments that take a while, or they could be there for weeks, have some entertainment to, pass the time, help keep their moods up and help them have fun, all while going through something very serious. So we have more coming up later on, but for right now, that's all that we've had come in. A lot of it or some of it we had to do online, unfortunately, through the stores. But everybody who's familiar with me knows that I'm a big GameStop supporter, big GameStop fan. I talk about it quite a lot in a lot of the YouTube content that I've posted here on our YouTube channel. And that is putting our money where our mouth is right there, folks. So thank you once again. This all is due to you guys, VV Nation. Love you guys. Thank you very much for all the support. Let's make this week, the final week, an explosive week, and let's have a great time making some money here. All right, so as always, though, if you can't donate, that's fine. We'll never ask for a donation. Any money that gets donated during these Trading for Charity events goes directly to the final total. If you can't donate and you're not already a subscriber to the YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe using that red button. I got to figure out which way I'm going. That way. Oh, that way. Yeah, that way. Click on that little red button that says subscribe. If you subscribe and you're not already a subscriber, VectorVest will make a donation on your behalf, helping the final total goal. So thank you, everybody. Let's make this week special here. Hey, Chris, no worries. Thanks again to you, VectorVest. Hey, appreciate that, Franklin. All right. What exactly are you talking about there, Chris? What didn't I send you there? Martin excited for Tampa, all booked and ready. Awesome. Love hearing that, Martin. So, as I mentioned earlier, or as I've talked about previously, and that brings us into that next transition there, talking about Tampa. So, every single live stream we have, we do a giveaway. We will give away access to the Tampa 2-day event. We'll announce that giveaway winner here in a little bit. The keyword or the code word for today is going to be subscribe. So type in subscribe into the chat. That way you can get entered in for your chance to win. We'll announce the winner a little bit later, but you do have to be here when we announce that winner. If you're not here live when we announce that winner, then we'll move on to the next person. So I will throw that out. Be careful if you type it in. Make sure to stick around for a while so that way you can get your chance to win that live Tampa 2-day event. All right. So on that note, let's go ahead, jump right into it. Let's see if we can find some stocks here today. We had some decent looks earlier this morning during the Jockey Club. Let's see if we can continue that here and find some winning candidates to make some money here today. So as always, I'm going to start off with my favorite search, Daily Boomers. By far my favorite search in VectorVest because I do a lot of day trading, and this is a great day trading search. We do have a swing trade position on SDAL still in the portfolio, down a little bit here, but very manageable, able to come back from. So for the time being, let's go ahead, jump into some of these, see if we can find some candidates to make some money off of here. There we go. See and subscribe coming into the chat. Thank you all, and good luck to you all for your chance to win. Hey, Jay, hopefully you're doing well here this morning. All right, so SYTA was one that we looked at earlier this morning. Unfortunately, our order did not get filled. We do have a strong support floor around 530 a share for swing trade potential, and this has been moving sideways, now starting to pick back up again. So definitely going to be on our radar here. So SYTA, we'll keep an eye on. TRUP, another good looking candidate, more just a smooth and steady rise here so far today. NVAX is a little bit more volatile, but we've seen a second push here, maybe a pullback, wait for that pullback or a retest of the support floor. Let's see where that is. Right around 170 a share here. Could be an interesting entry right there. JMIA. So we had that resistance right out of the gate this morning. Let's move that up. What we're looking for is a breakout of 1352, some strong volume. That could definitely be a positive sign here. NTP, probably not right now. It's had a great run earlier this morning, starting to pull back a little bit for the time being. CBAT just moving sideways. VAX is one that we traded earlier, but my rule is we never double dip. I know this is a different time, but at the same time, I traded this earlier today, so I'm going to stay away from this one. Don't want to have my emotions get involved with that. All right, DBI, the Tampa 2-day seminar pass. So Chris, everything should be set up for you. Send an email to connect@vectorvest.com. And we can take a look at that in a little bit after today's live stream. We can take a look at that, make sure it's set up. But everybody that has won, I believe, from my understanding, has been added already, or has already had that added for him. So if you didn't see anything in an email, maybe it got blocked by a pop-up blocker, something around those lines, but it should have been added onto your account already. You can either email us at connect@vectorvest.com or just give our support a call and ask them to verify it. But from my understanding, everybody who's won so far has already had it added onto their account. So, yeah, one of those two. Either send us an email and we'll look it up, or you can just call our support and they can verify it on your account. NTL, nice steady run, pulled back. Maybe a candidate to keep an eye on here today. RPTX, just moving sideways right now. MDB, just moving sideways. GREE, I like what we're seeing with this one, but we need to see it break through that resistance right around 1770 to see that it still has room to go. Because right now, what we're noticing, DPO, which is a momentum indicator, steadily moving lower. Price steadily moving higher here. Let's see. DSGN, another strong looking candidate. However, volume is definitely of concern right here. BBIG, a Wall Street Bets favorite right here. It's definitely been seeing a nice run so far this morning. You still have higher lows being formed. However, you are pulling back right now. So maybe not the best entry for the time being, but could see a new entry coming up very soon. COMM, nice and steady, smooth. ATER, whew, I like what we're seeing with this one, honestly. Only thing that concerns me is the DPO seeing a bearish divergence. Nobody knows when that divergence is going to pop, but unless we can see a breakout, let's go ahead, use our freehand line. Unless we can see the DPO break past these previous highs or break past this downtrend line, right now I'm a little hesitant with that one. All right, let's see what else we have. KPLT, whoo, this one's starting to rock and roll here a little bit. DPO, same situation, starting to move lower, drift lower as price has been rocking and rolling higher. I'd be careful with this one just because of that bearish divergence. But this could be an interesting one to follow here. Then BYSI moving in the wrong direction for the time being. So out of the list, we're going to look at KPLT, ATER. What else do we have? GREE. Let's see. JMIA, NVAX, SYTA. All right, so let's go ahead and get those added into our main screen. What was some of the other ones? I know there was more. Out of the list. ATER, KPLT. Think that was it. Okay, so let's go ahead back. KPLT, ATER. There we go. How am I finding these stocks? What formula to use to find these stocks for day trading? So, Sunil, I am using the Daily Boomers percent price change. By far one of my favorite searches in the database. I use it on a regular basis. So that's where I'm going for it right now. All right, so right now we have that level of resistance on SYTA. We need to see it break to really get a new entry because it's been on a nice steady climb most of the day. Sideways move throughout part of it, but starting to move higher here. I don't want to be buying at the top. I want to see that there's new life coming into it. NVAX, let's go ahead, zoom out, take a look. Let's go 6 months. So on a 6-month basis, this could be an interesting swing trade. We have higher lows being formed, higher highs being formed. We had that pullback. I like this one from a swing trade perspective. Let's go to the next, JMIA. JMIA continuing to rock and roll. GREE. GREE, you see these dead cat bounces here. I'd be careful. We're not quite in one of these situations right now. KPLT, from an end of day perspective, you have some support right around 325. Seems to be trying to recover that support floor there. So let's zoom back into a 1 day. And then we'll zoom in just a little bit here. All right, so looking at KPLT, right now may not be the best time to jump on board. You see a inverted hammer here at the high, strong volume telling us a lot of selling pressure. My bet is that we start to see it pull back a little bit before we start to make a new run. So we're going to pass on that one for the time being. GREE starting to break through support, strong volume here. Let's see if we can get some confirmation or some follow through. Looks like we are. Let's go ahead and get this out of the end of the portfolio. I'm going to move this over here so that way I can keep an eye on the trade, as always. All it is a basic order ticket. Everybody should be familiar. If you're trading in the market, you should be familiar with the order ticket. All right, let's go. There we go. Next. 1784. So I have a nice support floor. Actually, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and put it in at 1784. I have a nice support floor right here that I'll use as my line in the sand. So if it happens to go turn around after this breakout, that's fine. I've got my order in to take my, or to cut my loss quickly, 1772. So I've got about a 12-cent move on a $17 stock. I like where that's at. Let's see if I get filled though. There we go. So I just got filled at 1784. Right now, it's about a half penny down. Hey, that's totally fine. Now back in the green, about 0.03%. All right, so GREE is our trade. One thing I will say, I don't like seeing the volume here. Volume has been a little inconsistent, but with this new buying volume coming in, hey, gives us hope. And Ninja coming in with a $25 super chat, extra effort for all the people. Thank you very much, Ninja. Everybody, VV Nation, show Ninja some love. Thank you very much, Ninja, for that. All right, there we go. GREE. Let's see if we can start to get some continuation. Let's move higher. If we can start the day off with a 10 for 10 or 10 and 10, I will take that any day of the week. So let's go GREE. Let's see if we can make some money with this one right out of the gate. Up about 0.5% so far. Slow start, but hey, moving in the right direction. And as always, we have our loss set in place to cut it quickly in case things start to turn around. But I like what we're seeing with this one. Breaking through resistance, starting to move higher. Let's go at it over here so we can take a look at the end of day. There we go. Continuing to move. Let's go 3 months. So this is the one we had some support or some support resistance right here around 1771. Breaking through, starting to move higher. Where could we expect to see some new or some profit targets coming in? So maybe right here around $20 a share, 2020. That wouldn't be a bad profit target. If we can get to that point, maybe even up here, let's go take a look. Right around 29, almost 30. That would definitely be a winning target right there. All right, so let's go back to the intraday. There we go, continuing to move. I like seeing this volume continuing to pick up. A lot of buying pressure coming in. That's exactly what you want to see. So this is a good trade so far, up about 1%. Would like to see it start picking up a little more, but hey, we'll take what we'll take what the market gives us. We got to be patient. As we know, we got to be patient. All right, let's go. Let's start to move higher. I don't like seeing that stronger volume, potential doji. We've got about 10 more seconds before this minute ends, but I want to see it close towards the high. This is pretty strong volume, especially relative to what it's been trading at. So this is a big component or big minute here. And close towards that high, strong volume. Bulls are still in the chart, or bulls are still in the lead right now. Come on, come on. GREE. Let's go. GREE is for me right now. Let's see. Can we break past that high here? Let's turn off the horizontal line. 1809. Let's see if we can break past 1809 and start to move higher from that point. 1801. Moving in the wrong direction. Come on. You can do it. Up we go. Up, up, and away. Now, I'm not going to be too worried right now at this minute because even though we're down a little bit, look at the volume. Volume is really light here and now starting to pick up coming into the very end of this minute. Let's see if we can start to move higher before the minute closes. It's correct that we do not make money. We take money from the market. Sometimes less, often more. Agreed. I like that cycle. All right, back up to the 18 level. Move this support floor now up to 1789. The reason why is we zoom in. We had some capitulation right here. Pulled back, bounced off. So now this is a weak level support, but still our new support floor, 1789. We got in at 1784. If it gets to that point, close out, take a small win, move on from there. But at least now, by moving up our line in the sand, we're now starting to see the opportunity to at least lock our profit in. So that's what you want to do. That's starting off on the right footing with any trade you do. That is crucial. All right, let's see if we can bounce past that 1809 level, start to move higher from here. 3 indicator positive. I like this one. Yeah, like 20 is bigger overhead resistance on GREE. Agreed. There is some resistance at 20, but hey, we got to get through 18 and start to move higher before we get to that 20. But yeah, on an end of day basis, 20 is definitely a reasonable place to look for some profit taking to occur. All right, starting to break down. Come on, get back above. Holding that support, 1790. I'm going to get my trade ticket ready just in case because we're right at that support floor there. I want to see it get back above that point. So let's see. Right now, break even at 1784. Back to 1789. Getting close to the end of this minute. Are we going to hold that support? 3 and 8 starting to converge a little bit. Lower volume, so that's okay. DTI bullish at 1.98. Exactly. Yeah, we do have the market moving in our favor right now. So I like this setup. Any sort of bullish trade right now is definitely going to be moving along with the overall market. I got 1852 for GREE as lower 20 EMA channel on daily. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that even. So let's go. Let's get back above. This is our 1 minute breakdown. Let's see if we can bounce back, climb back above. The pullback that we've had so far is on light volume, especially compared to that buying pressure we were seeing breaking us out past that previous level of resistance back up to that new high here. So I like the setup. I want to see the bulls start to come back in. There's our 1 minute breakdown. Let's see if we get the reversal, the move back higher, back above our line of sand. Today, the trend is our friend. That's right. Today is the trend is our friend. And with that, that makes for good trading days. So let's keep an eye on it. We have the market moving in our favor. No need to get too nervous about what we're seeing so far. We do have a potential breakdown. If we can finish off green here, that would definitely be a strong sign. I would like to see an open green candle. Whenever you see a filled green candle, that means it opened up higher and moved lower, but still higher than the prior close. Or the prior minute's close. I want to see that candle open up a little bit here. Coming into the end of the minute, light volume still. So this pullback has been on extremely light volume. That's okay. We can have light volume. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And up, up, and away. Let's see where this trading is going to come in at. And this is part of the issue that I was noticing, and I stated at the beginning of the trade. Lighter volume was my one concern with this trade. I like the general trend. I like the pattern. I like the setup. But the volume was definitely of concern. And something we're gonna have to deal with or focus on here. All right, come on, let's see. Volume is still light. Got about 20 seconds left. Let's start to move higher here. Not a ton of buyers / volume. There's on 1 minute though. Yeah, and that's what we were noticing. Hey, that's fine. We can handle light volume from time to time. Overall trend is still an upward trend. And that's what the key thing that we're focusing on here is, that overall upward trend. Let's see if it can continue. Just waiting to see that new buying volume or new volume coming in to give us indications on the overall market sentiment or the overall investor psychology behind it. Because as we talk about time and time again, when you look and you understand how or what candlestick patterns are and how they form, and you look at volume and you combine the two together, they can give you a lot of insight into the overall psychology behind everyone who's trading that stock for that day, or whatever time frames you're looking at. So no matter whether you're doing a day trade on 1 minute bars, or you're doing 5 minute bars, or you're swing trading on end of day candlesticks, all of that or the same methodology or the same concept can apply to any of that there. So that's why we're being patient, keeping an eye on it, and helping you guys understand the psychology of the trades as well as we continue these sessions here. And that brings up a good point. If you guys are jumping in, I see a lot of new people just jumping in. If you haven't already and you want a chance to win the live access to the Tampa 2-day event coming up in January, make sure to type in subscribe into the chat so that way you can be registered to win. And if you're having a hard time or you can't type in subscribe, that's because you're not subscribed already. And if you don't, or if you subscribe right now, VectorVest will make a donation on your behalf to go towards the money to be raised for all the kids for this holiday season. So if you haven't already, type that in. All right, come on, get back above. Stalling out here. I got my order ticket up just in case. Stronger volume coming in all of a sudden. Let's see if it pushes it back higher. Get back above our line to stand there. I didn't see it yesterday. Come on. Let's see the bounce. See that nice tall tail? Tells us a lot of buying coming in towards the end of that minute. There we go. Turn around. Let's see the 3 and the 8 turn positive. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out so I can add some drawings here. And then use the extended line. Taking a look. We have that nice steady uptrend. We've hit it once, twice, 3 times. This is the 4th time pulling back, stalling out right at that point. Want to see it bounce off and start to move higher from this level. Stronger volume coming in on that last minute relative to what it had been trading at. And you see a nice long tail at the end. Tells us as it hit those levels, it's not comfortable being there. and you're starting to see that buying volume coming in. 3 minute for cup and potential handle. For GREE, let's see. So this wouldn't be the handle though, because we broke through this resistance here. And if anything, this would have been the cup. You broke past the low of the cup though, so can't even really make that claim that it's the hand or the cup there. Hard to call that a cup and handle there, unfortunately, on GRE. How do you change the graph to 1 minute chart? So the default, if you click on the 1 day button in the bottom right, the default is standard. Oh, you can't see my cursor there. Or wait, no. Yeah, it's hidden behind the image there. Let me go ahead and do this. I'll turn that off real fast so you can see my mouse down in the bottom right hand corner. The default for the 1 day right here is 1 day, 1 minute, or intraday 1 minute. Let's go ahead and put that back on. If you want to change it another way, you can come up to the upper left hand corner, click on the drop down menu. You can get intraday, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minutes, so on and so on. So let's say 1 minute, and then you do current day, and that will put up the current day with the 1 minute 1 minute ticks there. Did you place order already or going to place an order? So Sunil, yeah, that's why we're staying on GRE right now. We're in it. We've got our buy order already in. We're just being patient, waiting. The volume was starting to pick up, so we jumped on board, waiting for that volume to start picking back up again, moving us back above that 1789 level. There we go. Now starting to see some buying pressure coming in, putting us back in the green, just in that 1 minute. That's what we like to see. Let's see us take out 1809 is the prior high. Let's see us take that out, move higher from there. As we talked about a little bit ago, we'll go back to here. The end of day, we have some price targets set. One, support right around $20 a share. If we can really start seeing some ramping up in volume, that could even push us closer to these highs here, right around 28 a share. So I like the potential to see for some profit targets here. We have the wind to our sails, and we have a stock moving in the right direction. So let's continue to move higher. We broke above that 1789 line in the sand there. We saw the breakdown here. We got a green invalidating the breakdown. Then volume dried up, moved sideways here, and then starting to see the volume pressure or volume coming back in for the buy side, moving it higher. So I like the setup. Volume is one of the things that I talked about a little bit ago, that we need to be a little careful with volume, but we knew that going into it. That's okay. We can handle some of these lighter volume times times. We just got to be patient. As we've seen over the course of the last month, patience is crucial. Let's see. Have to back out. Bigger frame. 18, 20 has pretty solid ceiling. Exactly. That's why 18. 18, if we back out, let's see. Let's go 6 month. At 18, we're pretty much right around 18. So pretty solid ceiling, I would say, comes in 1987. That's pretty close to that $20 marker that we were talking about before. You can see it was resistance before it popped here, pulled back, bounced off of that, what was resistance, now is support, broke down below, didn't like that, popped all the way here, and then came back down, retested, tried to run again, broke down below. So it doesn't like being below this 1987 to $20 range. I like where we're at on this one. I like the overall move. Intraday looks good. So there we go. Stalling out once again. Come on. We saw the buying pressure coming in. Let's see it continue here. Right now, up a little bit in the position. Not the biggest winner we've had so far, but hey, a winner nonetheless, and we will take it. Let's go ahead. Keep on this for a few more minutes. I want to see how it's going to handle this 1789. This is the first time since we broke down below it that we're coming back to retest. Zoom out even more. I did zoom out even more. How much more do we need to go for a day trade? How much more are we going before we, or other than 6 months? 1 year? At what percent do you take profits? So typically some of the key rules or some of the key things I follow is 20 for 20, or 10 for 10, or 10 and 10. If I can get 10% in less than 10 minutes or 10 minutes or less, I'll take that. But typically looking for, 5 to 10% in a short time frame. Sometimes these longer ones that are starting to see the volume slowing down a little bit, we have a target set for around 20. So anywhere in that time or anywhere in that range, I'll be looking to take some profit off the table at that point. Will you make this trade if you had to pay a commission of $10 each way? Yeah, I mean, it all depends on the account size. $10 if you're trading 10 grand into one position, not that big of a not that big of a deal. You can easily make that up. If you're paying $10 commissions and you had, let's say, $100 into it, then that's a different story. That's 20% of your total position size that's going towards commissions. So depends. Depends on the portfolio. I like that trend. Trend lines are like glass floors, one crack and gone. True. But yeah, I mean, how much further do we have to go out to get to that 18 resistance here? And realistically, if we put it at 18, even on a 1 year look back, 18 doesn't really make for any support resistance. That $20 range really comes in as more realistic with multiple touches, multiple holding points here. So, let's go back to zoom out. Let's go back to our intraday. Still stalling out. Come on. We saw the buying pressure coming in here. Stall it going in here. Let's get one more push. One more push. Get a few percent. Move on. This uptrend, though, this trend line still remains intact, and that's why we're not closing out. Granted, we could close it out, take a small gain right now, move on. But I want to see if we can get back above. We have to be patient with this one. So let's see. Are we going to go? Yeah, and that brings a good point. For anybody new just tuning in, if you're not already subscribed, first and foremost, subscribe. Second, once you subscribe, type in subscribe into the chat for your chance to win access to the Tampa 2-day event coming up in January. It's our biggest event of the year, and you won't want to miss out on it. Also, speaking of big events, we do have a 28-day portfolio cleanup challenge coming up in about a week and a half, I believe. And I'll get into more details on that soon. But if you're not already a VectorVest subscriber, it's a great way to learn how to get your portfolio back on track. If you are a subscriber, then this is a great way or a great refresher to help make sure you're getting back to the basics and following the fundamentals of what VectorVest teaches here. How much money did you put in for this trade? So this one I got 112 shares at 1784. So about $2 grand, I believe. But then again, I'm not taking into account any commissions. With the way it's set up, we have Ally hooked up with this account. Ally has 0 commissions. But I did find out the hard way, if you trade foreign stocks through Ally, then they do hit you with a commission fee. So staying away from those. I like the 0 commissions a little bit better. All right. Come on. I don't like what we're seeing here. It's stalling out at that resistance level. Volume, stronger volume here, stronger volume here. 1785. I'm up a little bit. I may just cut, move on. Let's see how this minute plays out. We don't see any real trading activity coming in on this minute. I may just cut and move on, take my profit, find something else that's moving a little hotter right now. Are we going to go? We're going to go. Nope. Not seeing any movement. Let's go ahead. Keeping an eye on it, though. Volume is extremely light this minute. That's fine. Just got to be patient. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to do anything. All right, putting our order in. Should be getting filled. Just refresh it. So small win on that one, 0.2%, but hey, rather take a small win than end up letting it take a loss. Just waiting for the confirmation to come through. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking with this one. You know, the market's rocking and rolling here today. I've got my order in. Let's go. Waiting for that to get filled, seeing what that fill is. Looking at the market though. Let's go ahead, take off the DPO for the time being, take off the 30-day weighted moving average, zoom in a little bit. Market has been ripping and roaring higher here. We definitely see the divergence with the MACD, saw it with DPO as well. But overall, this has been steadily moving higher. We did have a slight pullback, starting to see some sideways movement right off of that high. But I like what we have with the overall trend of this one. Let me go ahead, refresh. What is it saying? Where's my confirmation on that one? Go ahead here. All right, so it was executed 1785. Small win. Moving on. And now it's starting to go back to that 18 level. Of course, that's how it always is. Let's go check it out. Why am I not getting the confirmation yet, though? It says that it's been executed. Give me one moment, folks. Let's see what's going on with this. Why is it not showing? Let's go ahead, refresh it. Sell, executed. Yeah. Should have been executed. It says it's executed. All right. And of course, right after we get out of it, the volume starts coming back in. It says it's been executed. It's still showing an account for some reason. I'm waiting for the confirmation notice saying it's out. All right, but while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead, zoom out a little bit, take a look at some of the other candidates we have here. GREE once again, NVAX. NVAX is looking pretty good. Brad wants to take a look at PHUN. Sure, we can definitely do that. SYTA is one we've been looking at earlier, still keeping an eye on it. We were wanting to see it break above that level of 717. Haven't been able to break past that high yet. So let's go put in PHUN. All right, PHUN. I like what we're seeing. Volume starting to pick up a little bit here. We have some resistance at 323. If we go ahead, zoom in a little bit. You have some consolidation right here. 318. Volume starting to pick up throughout this capitulation, this sideways move between 323 and 318. We need to see it break to the upside to show that the uptrend is still intact before we jump on board with that one. And I see a lot of new faces coming into the room. Once again, we do have a giveaway today. To enter, type and subscribe into the chat there. And that way you can have your chance to win access to the Tampa 2-day event coming up very, very soon. You won't want to miss out. So make sure you sign up now. All right, let's see. Still not getting that confirmation. Let's go ahead to reports. See if it shows up. Doesn't show up on that one either. All right, so says it's been executed, just hasn't been confirmed. Okay. All right. Bounce back up under 20 and 50 DMAs. Yeah. Seems like we're calming down with the fears in the market right now. Granted, seems like it. Doesn't mean we are, but definitely has that feeling. All right, so PHUN, that's what we're looking for. We need to see a break above 323 here. All right, let's go ahead. Jump back into the unit search. Find something else for the time being, since that one we are out of. Looking at all of them, we have a few new ones coming in. And as I mentioned before, this is one of my favorite things about the Daily Boomer search. It's a great search in the sense that it can find new candidates every single time you run it. And that's what we like to see with that one. All right, so PPSI. Whoo, this one's a pretty volatile one. Starting to see some huge volume coming in. PPSI, we'll get that added to the list. Anything else? PPSY, YI, UROY. Let's go ahead, add a new list here. RUOY? What was that? Let's see what it was. Unisearch, RU or UROY. There we go. So PPSI seeing a absurd amount of volume, especially relative to what it's been trading at. However, what do we see right here? Divergence plus a lot of selling pressure coming in on these highs so far. Wait for the pullback, not necessarily jumping on board yet, but keeping an eye on it. This volume continues. This could definitely be an interesting one. Appreciate that, chat. All right. YI, not a lot of volume. I don't want to get into something that's not that active here. UROY, volume was, let's zoom out a little bit. Volume has been consistent, but starting to lighten up a little bit here over the last few minutes. Jonathan's coming in CFVI. Let's go ahead, take a look. CFVI. Not finding that. CFVIV. Not seeing any of those there, Jonathan, that meets that. Let's go through that list. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that even comes close to that CFVI. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take a look at that right now. Let's go back. Freehand line. You have these higher lows being formed, but we got to wait for confirmation. Like seeing the clutter-free chart. Agreed. Yeah, simple is better in my opinion. It's not. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to pull it up there if it's not already into the database. If there's ever a stock, though, as always, if there's ever a stock that's not in the database, you can always email our support, or you can email us at angieh@vectorvest.com, and those get added in once a week. New symbol requests get added in once a week. So I'm looking at PPSI. We can see this nice steady upward trend. You have these higher lows being formed. We kissed that trend line here, starting to bounce a little bit here. I'm waiting for confirmation or waiting for follow through. CFVI added over the weekend. So Marshall, all symbols are added every Thursday. So if you requested it over the weekend, then it'll be added in this coming Thursday, most likely, unless they're, it's an IPO or a stock that, has a special reason to be added in otherwise, or outside of that Thursday add-in period. All right. Starting to see a little bit of an uptick. Be patient though. Volume was lighter relative to what we've been seeing before. Let's see if we're going to bounce off of here. Start to move higher. I'm going to get the trade ticket ready just in case. This one's seen a lot of volume all of a sudden coming in over the last little bit. I like seeing that volume here. Okay, let's get the order up. I appreciate that there, Marshall. Okay. 8. All right, so I have an order in for 845. If it hits 845, that means it's starting to bounce, starting to move higher. I'm waiting to see for volume here, though. Volume has been the one thing we need to really keep an eye on. Volume has been starting to slow down a little bit. We need to see that buying pressure coming in. Stochastics, where is stochastics? Not quite in oversold territory yet. Hey, appreciate that. I don't know if that's Joey or if that's Glenn in the background, but appreciate that. Come on, where are we going to see the signs? I got the trade ticket ready just in case. We have this nice uptrend. DPO has been cooling off a little bit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. DPO has been cooling off a little bit. So that's why I'm waiting for confirmation. That's why I'm not jumping in right out of the gate here. Joey's in the background. Appreciate that, Joey. All right, seeing that selling pressure coming in on that high there, or that minute there. Tall upper wick tells us as soon as it got to those levels there, a bunch of people were wanting to take their profits off the table. PPSI telling less than 1,000 shares a minute. I mean, let's go ahead. Look here, that's 50,000. 50,000 been trading above 50,000 for quite some time. Now, that will be deceiving if you're going off of, the whole entire day, because there wasn't a whole lot of activity until about 11 o'clock, I believe. And that's when trading activity started picking up. So that's why we're waiting to see if we can get confirmation or see if that trading activity is going to dissipate. Starting to break down. Stronger volume relative to the prior minute, but not really relative to what it's been trading at. All right. I don't like what we're seeing here. It's struggling at that support floor. But then again, we look at stochastics. Stochastics are in oversold conditions now. Now, just because the stock gets into oversold conditions does not mean it's going to instantly turn back around, start to move higher. No. Just because it's oversold tells us to pay closer attention to it and look for rebound signs. Rebound signs meaning either a bullish candlestick reversal pattern, DPO starting to pick up, stochastics starting to come from being oversold back to middle ground territory. Any of those would be reversal signs. We're not quite seeing that yet. Therefore, we'll come back to this one. Doesn't look like it's quite ready to start moving here. Let's go look at some of our other ones that were lighter volume, but wanted to see if that volume, this one, we saw volume start to pick up, but what you get in the past, most likely what you're going to get in the future. And just like Joey said, if you haven't already and you want a chance to win the Tampa 2-day event, make sure to type and subscribe down below. Which would prohibit my trading size. Gotcha. Well, hey, nothing wrong. As long as you got a plan in place and you're following your plan, that's the most important factor. All right, so STYA. And then Sujit coming in with the 1605 super chat. Appreciate that, Sujit. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody, show them some love, VV Nation. Show them some love. Show them some support for supporting the good cause. Thank you once again for all your support here. Appreciate the super chat. All right, so getting back to it, let's see. NVAX starting to move sideways. JMIA just moving sideways. We were looking at it. It was testing that resistance here at 1355. Weren't able to do that on this. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Is it getting ready to try to break on the 4th touch? Let's be patient and find out. GREE just moving sideways right now. Glad we got rid of that, freed up that cash so we can invest it into other ones that are really starting to rock and roll a little bit. ATER. I'm looking at it here. Volume, I need to see volume get back to these levels we saw back here. We see a nice bounce off of this bottom here so far, but we need to see it continue to move higher. Where is that high at? 540, about 10 cents off of where we're at right now. If we did get into this one at the time, I wouldn't get into it right now because the volume's starting to dry up a little bit. But if we did get into it, we do have a pretty strong support resistance zone right around 525. We saw it stall out here, pulled back, stalled out again, pulled back quickly, then re-rallied back to the new high to break through it. Now treating it as a support floor. 532. Let me go ahead, zoom in, check out volume. Volume's starting to pick up that last minute. Another, if we got in at this point, we have support right around 530. 2 cent or 3 cent move from where we're currently trading at. Let's see how it handles that though. Let's go back to JMIA. Whoo! All right, JMIA starting to finally move, starting to see that volume coming in. That's exactly what we wanted to see there. Let's go ahead, zoom in a little bit. I'm going to get my order ready just in case. Not pulling the trigger yet. As always, we got to be patient. Wait for that best buying opportunity there. So let's keep an eye on it. 1359. Yeah, I like what we're seeing with this one. Bouncing off the support, 13. Let's see if it's going to hold. I'm going to put it in at 1355. That's right at that support floor. And Sunil coming in with a $5 super chat. Appreciate that, Sunil. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody, as always, VV Nation, show Sunil some love. Appreciate that, Sunil. Greatly appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Thank you for helping us out with the Trading for Charity event. The kids are the most important thing, and they're definitely going to be appreciating it. So thank you very, very much. All right, 1355 is my order on that. Most likely I am filled. Let's see if we can get back above. Come on. Show me the order. There we go. All right, there we go. So JMIA got in at 1355, right at that support floor. Bounced up now to 1360. Let's go. Let's go. Where's that high? 1365. So we want to see it break 1365. Volume's continuing to pick up nicely here, closing towards that high. I like seeing that. That shows some strength behind the move. Back up to a new high. Let's go, boys and girls. Moving our line in the sand up a little bit here. Let's put it at that 1365 level of resistance. Whoo-wee! There we go. This is what I like seeing. Volume is strong. This is exactly what we'd be looking for here. Breaking through that resistance level at 1355. Starting to move higher. 1369 up 1% so far. Are we going to look at that buying volume coming in? That's exactly what you want to see. All right, come on, come on. You can do it. Zooming in a little bit. Put my ticket up on StubHub. Got you guys. All right. Let's see. We're going to be able to hold. There we go. Closing towards the upper 25% of that minute there. I like seeing that. Let's push higher. Right now, up about 1% so far. Let's go zoom out a little bit. JMIA. So holding that support. Where do we have potential profit taking? All the way up here, 17 roughly a share. I wouldn't mind getting to 17, especially where it's at right now. That would be a nice target to go for. So 17, even a little bit less than that. 17 would be a decent profit target. If we can explode above that. Where do we have 20? 20 I see is a little bit too optimistic, but overall, the 17 level of resistance could definitely be an interesting move. And on an end of day play as well, it is an oversold territory. We see strong volume coming in here today. Potential reversal, looking at the 3 and the 8. The 3 is currently sitting at 1243. The 8 is sitting at 1230. Therefore, we do have a 3 and the 8 crossover. So this could even be a swing trade based off of what we see here. How would you trail out of JMIA with 1 minute, 3 and the 8? Let's go back to the 1 minute. So I would use a few different options. One, we have support 1365 that will already lock us in with a gain. So if we continue to move higher, let the 3 and the 8 continue to do their job. Move the line to stand up a little bit. 1369, that's really a stretch, not a whole lot of activity going on. Realistically, seeing this sideways move over the last couple of minutes, there could be some support forming up here. That's what we want to see. So keep an eye on it. Right now, already up 1.5%, getting close to 2%. There we go. There's that 2% marker. Breaking out. Let's see some runs. JMIA, actually nice setup for a swing trade. Exactly. That's what I like about this play is not only is it a great day trade candidate, we're up nicely already, but from a swing trade perspective as well, you have a breakout through resistance right here around 1355. And you have a nice profit target at $16, $17 or so. So from a short-term swing trade perspective, I like the setup as well. Stock has been in decline, basically taking advantage of grossly oversold stocks in a down market, which we've seen over the last few weeks. So therefore, this could definitely have a lot of upside potential. I like this play here. 1380, let's go back to the intraday, continuing to move up higher. So I'm going to put my original 1355 level in as well. Actually, 1360. We'll keep it at 1360. So now we have our line in the sand that we're moving up. Realistically, this 1375 could be a new support. Or a new support resistance zone. You saw it stall out here, come down, touch it here, started bouncing off, pulling back. So you have some consolidation right around 1376 as well on an intraday basis. Thank you very much, Cycle. Appreciate that. So I like seeing the consolidation at this level. It tells us as it's consolidating right here that it's getting comfortable being at these levels here. And that's what you want to see. Did you draw those or did algorithm? No, I drew them on my own. Those are all drawn by me during this session or during this stream here. 1383 taken out for a new high here. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Come on, JMIA. Let's make some money here today. And if you're enjoying yourself, don't forget, Jay hasn't mentioned it yet. I'm surprised. But if you haven't and you're enjoying yourself, smash that like button. That helps us out with the YouTube algorithms. So that way we get more support, more people aware of the cause to help us, make this final week, give us that one final strong push for the end of the week. Earnings can be an issue for swing. True. When was earnings? Let's go end of day, toss on earnings. So earnings is back here though. Earnings is behind us. So the earnings worry is is already in hindsight or already in the rear view. Let's go. Still consolidating. You have this sideways move right now. I'm going to add in another level. This is going to be our resistance, 1384. So we can see some sideways moves right between these levels. Big volume up and down and up and down. Let's see some follow through. It's getting comfortable. It's getting acclimated to being at this higher high here. Oh, didn't mean to draw that. Let's zoom out. We're channeling sideways, getting comfortable at those levels. Then the next notch up, maybe channeling sideways, getting comfortable at these levels. And then the next notch up, and so on and so on. So I like the setup here that we have. Great looking trade so far. Forward EPS, looking at future earnings. Yeah, but at that point, are we really going to be holding for that long for the next earnings? Probably not, especially, for what we're doing here. Getting in at 13, seeing some potential profit at around 17. Let's go ahead and do some basic math. I'm going to pull the calculator up. So let's say 17. So if it gets to 17, based off our entry right now, that would be about a 25% gain right there on this position alone. That is not a bad gain for a short period of time. And that end of day is looking strong enough to be able to hold that there. Day trades in same time, correct. But Jay was talking about as a swing trade with earnings being an issue. And, if it continues this move, we could hit 17 in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so on. In a very short time frame. So at that point, earnings will probably be out. We could hit that 25% target before that earnings announcement actually comes into play. When does the new options paycheck course start? That is a good question. I don't have an answer for you right now. Maybe if Joey's in the background, Joey or Glenn's in the background, they can take a look, see when that next date is. I know it's coming up soon. I don't remember off the top of my head. Very true, Barry. Let's see if that holds true on this one. I don't like what we're seeing right now though. Selling coming into that high, possibly getting follow through. And Roger coming in with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that, Roger. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. Everybody, as always, VV Nation, show them some love. If it runs, it has a lot of upside. But we're starting to break through that sideways move here that we were noticing. And between 1376 and 1385. Come on. Don't come back down all the way here. Maybe the dip before the rip. Let's see. 1360 has been our support floor from that last run. Since that point, we haven't really come back to retest that support floor we were looking at. The 3 and 8, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on them. This would be the minute that the 3 and 8 break down. But I want to see if it can bounce off, start to move higher. And another $25 super chat coming in from Roger. Roger, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. As always, everybody, show Roger some love. Thank you very much for all your support. I like seeing this tail here, though. Come on, you can do it. You can start to move higher. Finished off neutral on that last minute, telling us some indecision. It's not comfortable being at these lows. Let's see a pop moving higher here. Thank you very much, Roger. Once again, I appreciate that. There we go. Starting to run. Get back above. Come on, you can do it. The volume on this most recent run, though, I like this. I like seeing that here. Ah, interesting. So, first one, freebie on YouTube. Interesting. I didn't know that they offered that. Huh. Pretty cool. Learn something new every day. Come on, come on. You can do it. Push higher. 1376. So zooming out a little bit. The reason I was talking about, we have support at 1360. Since we broke out, let's zoom out to that breakout, or zoom into the breakout. We broke out, took off, never came back to retest. So this could be that retest. Bigger retest means a bigger bounce. That's what we're waiting to see. Starting to move. There we go. Come on, you can do it. You know you want to get to new highs again. New high comes in at 1388, only 8 cents from where we're at right now. We could easily see that 1388 being taken out any moment now. Might just rebuy. That's why we'd never react on the initial break. That's why we got to be patient, wait for follow through, wait for confirmation. Come on. Going up to resistance, stalled out right at that 1385 level of resistance right there. It's back with inside this consolidation channel. Yeah, if it takes out that high of 1387, we're off to the races once again. And once again, that high 1388. So if we can get 1389, we can break 1390. Expect to see a decent run starting to come in. The volume is strong, so the volume is supporting it. With this potential candle right here, though, we need to see a strong close on this minute to give to invalidate that candle that we're noticing there, because the tall upper wick indicates a lot of selling pressure going on. If we see 2 tall upper wicks, that may be an indication just to lock in our profit, move on. You know, once again, these that we're taking advantage of right now have been small, quick runs. We're not finding those explosive movers right now. The market's seeming to settle down a little bit. We've had a huge open right out of the gate this morning. So cooling off throughout the middle of the day. But as always, some of our hottest trades tend to start taking off, or we tend to start finding those from now until about 1 o'clock. As people start coming back from lunch, traders start stepping back in. That's what we're looking for right now. All right, so this is going to stay our trade for the time being. We're going to stay here, keep an eye on it. Appreciate that, Jay. See you soon. Come on, get back above. We're right at that 1377 support floor here. Let's bounce off. Volume is light. My software paints the 3 and 8 candles. Interesting. I've never... Wait, what do you mean by paints the 3 and 8 candles? That sounds kind of interesting there. All right, potentially breaking down. I'm going to get my trade ticket ready just in case. It's stalling once again at that lower level, 1377. Come on. Light volume 2. I need to see that stronger volume picking back up. Thank you very much for those kind words, Chris. Glad to help you out. Glad to help you improve your own trading. And, that's part of our goal here with Trading for Charity is not only to, help raise money for a good cause, but also to help you become better investors out there. I don't know anywhere else out there that's helping people learn how to discipline themselves and learn how to become systematic in their approaches, especially for free. As long as the 3 and 8 is positive, cross the candles and the green. I'm gonna have what are you using to do that? I'm curious to find that out to look into that a little bit later. Still holding in at that 1377 level. Man, oh man. Come on. Look at that volume too. Got back into consolidation. The second it got into consolidation, started drying up, taking a little bit of a breather right now. Any new buying volume could easily see this explode back up to a new high here. Come on, come on. You can do it. Wrong way. You don't want to be below there. Market's moving higher. You want to move higher as well. Closed and open. I'm going to have to look into that cycle. You can do it. Get back above. Let's see that volume coming back in. Man, volume was looking good when we got in. Volume starting to lighten up a little bit at this current stage. But then again, maybe it's the time we just be patient. We have the market moving in our favor. We have the right setup. We have the right trade. Everything is looking good. Maybe this is the time we just be patient. Try to be a little less hands-on. Bigger volume relative to what I've been trading at. Potentially getting followed through. Breaking through. Maybe. Is this going to be it? 1385. It's holding. There we go. Off to the races on strong volume. Let's go JMIA. I don't know why I keep wanting to say G. JMIA. Let's go. There we go. Strong volume coming in. I like seeing that here. What does the yellow volume mean? So the yellow volume means the open and close are essentially the same, or a doji. So the volume color is dictated by the candle. So if you have a green candle, then you'll have green volume. Within a penny of each other, I know you can see a little tiny smidgen of a window there, but it essentially closed flat. Let me go ahead and take that off. Put my date line on. Yeah, there we go. So looking at the close, 1369.59. So basically rounds up to 1370. Close 1370. So you have a doji here. Therefore, you have a yellow bar shown here. Let's go, boys and girls. Big green candle painted. That's right. That's what we want to see. A lot of volume coming in on this second minute as well. Let's see if that volume, we got about 10 seconds left on this minute. Let's see if it starts closing back towards the upper part of that candle there. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Nope. Yeah. A little bit of indecision. Let's see how this next minute reacts. Next minute is going to tell us a lot here. Thank you very much for that, Quade. Glad you could be here. All right, let's go. So, new high, $13.95. Let's see $14 coming in. Do I hear 14? So at this point, we have our level of resistance at 1384. That is our new line in the sand. Gonna start picking it up a little bit. And let's go ahead. Let's see how this minute plays out. I'm gonna leave it down here at the low, 1387. And I'm gonna slowly move them up as price continues to climb. Oh, I don't disagree with that cycle. But hey, we'll play it as we go. Right now, this pullback that we're seeing is on lighter volume. Big buying volume coming here. A little bit of hesitation coming here. Coming back, retest. Interestingly enough, that new line in the sand that I put at the low of that high ends up correlating or matching right where the peak was on an intra-minute time frame, back here at that resistance level. So 1388 was that high. Came back, hit 1388 here. Kissed 1388 here. Starting to move. There we go. 14 coming inbound here, folks. There we go. Getting close. Close. 1398. 2 cents away from 14. Let's go, boys and girls. 1398. 1397. Getting close. Oh, so close to that 14 marker. Is this going to be the minute? I love seeing that buying volume coming in, folks. That shows the bulls are still clearly in the lead right now, and that's what you want to see. All right, we got a new support floor at 1387. Let's hold. Let's start to move higher. Let's see if we can hit 14 here. ZM looks like it wants to break out. We can take a look at ZM here in a moment. Come on, come on. Came back, retest. Break into 14 here. I am trailing 1385. Not bad. 1385 has you right at that previous level of resistance. So, yeah, I could definitely see that being a strong line in the sand there for sure. Holding that 1388. Let's go. Let's go. Adding more money to the pockets of everybody here. Just think, if you weren't here right now, 1, you probably missed out on your chance to win access to the Tampa 2-day event. And 2, you'd miss out on making some money looking at some of these trades here. All right, come on. It's trying. It wants to break 14. I can just tell. Let's go. Let's go. 1388's holding in pretty strong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 4 minutes, we've hit that 1388 level and bounced off. There we go. Turning positive. This red volume as well been relatively light compared to the buying volume so far on this most recent run up. That's exactly what you want to see. Breaking 14 this minute. Breaking 14 this minute. I can feel it coming in. 14 inbound any moment now. 14. Do I hear 14? Come on, let's go. 14 now. There we go. Right on cue. All right, so we broke through. 1406 is the new high. Strong volume on that push as well. Careful, we do have a taller upper wick. We still got about 15 seconds on this current minute. Let's be patient. Move this up. 1397 is our new level of support resistance. Look at that volume. That is some strong volume coming in, breaking us to that 15, or breaking us to that 14 marker there. Yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing on this minute. Some selling pressure coming in. I'm going to get my trade ticket ready to go just in case. Got my trade ticket ready. Let's see how it handles it. Can it get back above 1397? You know you want to. 388 are still positive. Break down below that level of support. Come on, come on. There we go. 388 still holding in there. So I'm still liking what I see. You know, as we've talked about previously, some points, when we notice these, the volume gets split. Some of the selling pressure gets hidden between 2 minutes. You see the tall upper wick here, the follow through to the downside here. Could have been some volume splitting right there. So that's why we're being patient with it though. Getting back. There we go. Get back above 14. You know you want to. Maybe some sideways action. You're going to be able to hold. Come on, JMIA. Let's go. Let's break above 14 again. Seeing that buying pressure there makes me a little bit more comfortable sitting through this pullback right now. It's still long. Yeah, we're still in it. Sitting at about a 3% cushion. I don't mind a 3% cushion right now. And that 1397 is holding nicely. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's see that run. Looking once again for 17-ish as our target. This bar could carry lower though, potentially. But every single pullback that it's had, look at these nice tails on the lower ends of them. Here, here, here. Tells us there's still a lot of buying pressure coming in off of those lows. Let's see it turn back around. Volume relatively light. 1388. Breaking down not only below that one, but below that one. Keeping an eye on this. Appreciate that, B. Smith. Coming in with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Glad you could be here. VV Nation, show them some love. Thank you very, very much for all the support, especially over the last few weeks. You know, with all of the Trading for Charity events that we've had, I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out week in and week out with us. And I did see a new subscriber. I failed to see the name, Adola. So Adola, welcome to VV Nation. VV Nation, welcome Adola into the club. Glad you could be here. Fireblazer, we do have a winner so far for the giveaway. Fireblazer, if you are here, let us know. Chime into chat right now. If you're here, let us know. All right, so looking at it, seeing a little bit of buying pressure coming in. Let's see if we get a pop on this minute. If not, I'll just go ahead, take my profit, move on. Fireblazer, are you here? Let's see. Coming in. Got about half more minute or so. So look to be a potential pop. This is not really confirming that. We are getting close to oversold conditions here on a nice steady uptrending stock. Fireblazer is here. Well done, Fireblazer. Congratulations on winning the Tampa 2-day event. go ahead, send us an email to or at connect@vectorvest.com and we'll get you all set up there. Yeah, I'm getting ready to be taking my profit here. We aren't oversold though. 1377. Come on, come on. Back above. Doesn't look like we're going to get there. $13.80. We're going to push. Push, push, push. Because look at that buying coming in off of those lows. Man, oh man. All right, 1388 was my level. It's failed to hold that. Put my order in. First and foremost, as soon as I put my order in, of course, it starts turning around and going green again. Oh, man. But hey, making money is making money. I'd rather make money than end up losing money, so I'll take it. Let me see if it hits. I had it set for a little bit above where this minute has been trading at. Looking for a little relief off of that low there. Where was it? What's the total raise so far? I don't have that number off the top of my head. I'd have to go look it up. I believe, Mark, I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's been about 3 or 4,000, I think, so far, from donations and also from what VectorVest has thrown in on top of that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere right around that range. All right, come on, come on. May as well wait for 1362. All right, I had a sell order in. I think it was a little too optimistic though. Let me go ahead, change that out. All right, so 13, let's go 1375. And Marco's coming in with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Marcos. Appreciate that. New member, first and foremost, welcome to VV Nation. Glad you could be here. Glad you're enjoying VectorVest. Welcome to VV Nation. Thank you for all your support. All right, 1375. Let's go ahead. Starting to slow down a little bit, though. And we're in oversold territory. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a pop. Start to move higher. I want to get as much of the gain out as possible. Only trading 100 shares to join you. A cycle. Appreciate that. There we go. Starting to see a little bit of a run back up. So I did have a sell order in at 1380. That was my limit. Did I hit it? You know what? I'm going to cancel that right now, and I'm going to reset it. Didn't get filled. Yeah, that's what I'm looking out for right now is the volume. So I'm going to get my trade, a new trade ticket pulled up, reevaluate it. Bounce off 1362. I don't like seeing that strong selling volume. Yeah, and down. Hey, but you know what? The good thing is, even at this level, I'm still locking profits in, so can't really complain. All right, let's go. It's going to bounce off of this support. Got to be patient. At this point, got to wait. See some strong selling coming in. Is the volume going to bounce off of that 1360 level? It is an oversold condition. I want to see something, some sort of life with the DPO though. The DPO is where I'm really seeing a little bit of a hesitation coming in. All right, if the 3 and the 8 can turn positive this minute, we'll stick around. If not, I'm going to cut it. I've messed around too long looking at different things. 1370. Come on, come on. Bounce. Bounce off. Ride the coaster. That's what we're doing right now. But hey, right now I want to see if there's other faster coasters out there. And that's what I'm looking for. Just looking to take some profit quickly. And then move on. Small wins here today. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be holding that or be able to bounce off of there. The 3 and 8 didn't break above. So we'll go ahead, put that in. Where is that? 66. 67. All right, small win. I'll take it. Come on, come on. Close below 1362. Not bad, especially where it's at right now. It's about a 4-cent move. Hey, that's not a bad target at all. All right, so we should have been filled on that one. And there we go. Got that profit locked in. Time to move on. Let's see what else we got. What time is it? 103. Whoo! NVAX starting to run. Oh. NVAX, let's zoom out. 176. Now, I'm not going to be able to get a lot of shares here, but if it's breaking out, this could be a decent run here. I won't want to miss out on that. Let's go ahead. I'm even going to use a market order. On this breakout strong volume, I'm going to even use a market order on this one. I know I'm probably not going to get the best fill, but I want to get in quickly. Zooming in. Whoo-wee! Look at that volume there. 80,000 volume on that 1 minute there. Come on. Where's that order? There we go. Now it's in. 1/3% difference from where we're at. Let's see a bounce. Let's start to move higher. I got my line to stand at 176. Got filled at 178.55. So not too far off from where it's currently trading at. Yeah, and we've looked at NVAX. That's why it's in the list here. Unfortunately, though, it's just moving sideways. So for that time being, we're looking at, other candidates that were still are starting to move. I'm going to even move my line to stand up. Where is that? 177.59. 177.59. Breaks below that. I'm out. Taking a look. PPSI. Not a whole lot of movement. Come on. That buying pressure came in. Let's see if we can get some follow through. Let's see if other money comes in at that point. And yeah, we could have looked at NVAX. We did look at it a little bit ago, but I didn't want to sit in a sideways moving stock because at that point, it's a loss of opportunity rather than a loss of capital necessarily. And so that's why we held off on it. We saw the breakout now. Jump in on the breakout. Not holding. If it's not going to hold, I don't mind getting out of it quickly. Less than 1%, down about 0.75%. It's going to snap back. So with NVAX, you have support at 176.80. It was resistance, broke through that, pulled back, retesting. We're going to bounce off at this point though. There we go. Starting to see a little bit of buying pressure coming in. Closed JMIA 13.59. Yeah, glad we moved out of it when we did. Took our profit instead of letting it turn into a loss. Took our profit, moved on. And I'll take that. I'll take small wins, rinse and repeat over and over. You add those wins into your next position, roll them forward, you compound them. You can definitely get your portfolio rocking and rolling pretty quickly that way. All right, are we going to see a bounce? Potentially. Come on, come on. This is going to be it. Push higher here. Real fast. I just want to see what the market is doing. Go 1 day. Still just moving relatively sideways here. Pulled back off of those highs, moving sideways. So market conditions are starting to slow down a little bit. So therefore, that wind is slowing down in our sales. Got to be careful with this one. That's why we're not going to stick around too long. If it doesn't bounce, start to move higher, simply close out, move on. 176.78. Yeah, we got 178.55. So fortunately, we did use limit or market orders. So I knew that we weren't going to get the best fill. But then again, this was designed. This was put in place to be quick. If it can't run, I'm going to just simply cut it, move on. We have a few good trades, not the biggest winners, but a few good trades here. I'm not going to stick around any longer than I have to. All right, 176. Don't like seeing that. Put my sell order in. Comes back just a little bit. Come on, pop. 1 minute volatility. That's the thing. The support didn't hold, broke down. I'm not sticking around any longer. Simply cut our position, move on. All right. So, any others? Let's make sure. JMIA. So, looking back at JMIA, back down to 13.52. Let's go back here. JMIA broke down, couldn't hold that. Glad we took advantage, closed it out at this little pop right here. Avoided this continuation down here. So, hey, I'll take that. All right, VectorVest Composite. Off of its highs, starting to see a little bit of weakness showing here. We noticed on the longer term trend, MACD steadily moving lower as price was rocking and rolling. Looking at DPO, same situation, clear bearish divergence. Granted, a little bit of a bias came in because of the gap up that we had pre-market, but still, the pattern holds true. We are still seeing the market not moving nearly as strong as it was earlier this morning right now. So therefore, we got to be careful out there. And so with the market starting to soften a little bit, I think I'm gonna slow it down here for today. We've taken a few good trades. We've had a bunch of good gainers so far. And with the market softening, no need to try to force any sort of trades out there. That's smart. Rather, know when to walk away rather than just continuing to rinse and repeat. And that's why market direction is really important when you're looking at trades and when you're looking for entries and exits. You have to know which way the market is moving to know if you have the wind of your sails or if you don't. Chris wants me to take a look at SYBX. So we will definitely take a look at SYBX. SYBX, one thing that concerns me is the volume. Volume is really, really light here today so far. If we go zoom out, been on a steady decline over the last 3 months. 3 and 8 are turning positive here today though, but on light volume. That's my main concern is the volume factor. I need to see volume picking back up to really say, okay, yeah, today is a reversal day or today is coming back. Without that volume, I've got to be a little careful with that one. So be careful with the volume on that one. Pay attention to it. Let that be your guide here. Zooming out, let's say to a 6 month, same situation. I don't want to get trapped trying to catch a falling knife with this. If you're day trading it on a day trading perspective, once again, you still have really, really low volume, which makes me hesitant to pull the trigger on this trade. Volume comes in patches, and I'd rather have lower volume but consistently than have patches of volume randomly. That's my only concern with that one. It's a bottom fishing. Okay, so which one did it come from there, Cycle? Let's go jump into bottom fishing real fast. Where is it? Searches, bottom fishing. Oops. I can't spell. There we go. Probably VST Mighty Mites, maybe? Let's see. Let's go change it to yesterday's close. Not seeing it in this list. Where did it come from then? Jailbreak no contras. Not seeing it. Oh, wait. BYSI? I don't think that was it. No, SYBX. Not seeing it in this list. S&P 400 mid cap. Not seeing it here. So I'm not sure what bottom fishing search is coming from. It's coming from this one, S&P 400 mid cap. But it's not as of yesterday's close. Maybe let's turn on stream. Let's run it right now. SY. Still not seeing it in this list here. Well, regardless, if it's a bottom fishing search, all right, that makes sense. It's not, as a bottom fishing search, it's an aggressive play. That makes sense. You have the 3 and 8 crossing. Now, as always, set your profit targets to make sure that in line with your overall aggressive trade here. So keep that in mind when setting your targets there. All right. So on that note, let's go ahead, take a look at what the market is doing. Right now, Dow is really coming back. It was up almost 2%, maybe a little over 2% earlier. Now it's down to 1.3%. NASDAQ has been one of the best performers so far, and it is up 3% here today. Looking at the S&P, it's up 2%. Russell's up 2 2.2%. VectorVest Composite up 2.25% so far. Right now, for everybody who's been in the Jockey Club, who's wondering about it, yes, we still remain in that up situation on the primary wave. So keep an eye on that swing trade portfolio there. If you get a chance, can you look at the timing chart, end of day? Is it time? Is this a breakout? So I don't even need to look at the timing chart there, Chris. Look at here. One of the key rules that VectorVest has followed, as far as I can remember, the first green light after a confirmed down situation in the price column here is the earliest sign that the market's starting to reverse course, or the earliest entry, if you will, from a more prudent standpoint. Well, we don't have that. Right now, we have 3 yellow lights across the board. If you're, looking at the primary wave, looking at that really aggressive short-term trading, you could potentially start getting in, but then again, to get that official primary wave up signal, we have to close the market out this way to get there. One last thing I forgot about. Let's go ahead, pull this up real fast. And I forgot to mention this. I will talk about it again tomorrow, but VectorVest.com/28. So this is a 28-day challenge. Did I spell it wrong? Give me one moment here. Why is it not showing up? VectorVest.com. Joey, can you post the link in the chat? Because this should be the 28-day challenge. Let me just double check here. I don't have it. Where is it? Let's go here. Pull this over. Oh. Let me find the link once again. Yeah, that's the link. VectorVest.com/28. Let me just copy and paste it. There we go. I must have had a typo there. All right. VectorVest.com/28 brings you to the 28-day portfolio challenge coming up very, very soon. It's free for everybody. So make sure if you haven't signed up for it, sign up for it. Can't hurt. You can get a lot of useful information. Starting, let's see, in the 5 lessons is 5 steps. Become an expert at stock analysis, knowing when to sell and weed bad stocks in your portfolio, knowing when to buy and put probability on your side, know what to buy and cherry pick great candidates, and a 10-minute management plan. This all, if we sign up, let's see when it starts. Maybe it tells us here. Fair enough, Zach. Doesn't have the start. I believe it's on the 17th of December. So about 10 days away. We have about a week and a half before this kicks off. So make sure if you haven't signed up already, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead, put that link in the chat there for everybody. There you go. So VectorVest.com/28 will get you the link to sign up. It's free and will help you get your portfolio back on the right track. All right. So with that in hand, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. Thank you once again for tuning in here today. Hopefully you guys had some fun. Hopefully you guys made some money. Thank you all for the donations. Those will go towards the final total for our Trading for Charity event. Tomorrow will be our last Trading for Charity event. So make sure you're ready to go. Make sure you're up bright and early and be here at 11:30 a.m. as we kick off our final day of Trading for Charity. So it's been my pleasure once again. My name is Patrick France, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you all for all the support that you guys have given me over the course of the last month. It truly is appreciated and will go a long way. Thank you once again. Have a great rest of your trading day. Make sure to have the market moving in your favor before entering or exiting any trades. And with